Hey y'all, welcome back to yet another direct action gaming session. My name is Sean, and today we are once again picking up where we left off with the Capital Wasteland adventure. That our Wastelander that I have decided to name Wanda. We'll get into that. She deserves a name. We'll talk about that and why in a bit, but first, I just want to really quickly mention, if you're new here, ways to support the channel. In the description, you will find a place that you can throw me a few bucks and donate if you want. It's called Ko-fi, Ko-fi. You can go there and throw me a few bucks to help support the channel and help me make some better stuff if you want. I am also on Blue Sky. You can keep up to date with the stuff that I'm doing for the channel. If that's something that interests you, check me out over on Blue Sky. The link is in the description. And of course, you can like, comment, and subscribe. Those are the freest and easiest ways to help support the channel if that is what you would like to do. So, with that out of the way, let's start our timer. And gameplay will now commence. Anyway, I have decided to call the Wastelander Wanda because she deserves an actual name now, I think. Now, if you saw last episode, you might you might know what I'm about to get at here, but wow. I'm still kind of thinking about how zany that situation was, where she single-handedly took down a Deathclaw by sort of throwing her robot at it and then stabbing it in the eye and practically getting mauled to death in the process. And then as she was almost dead, she used some random stuff that was lying around to make her own stim pack, which is why she's now right back at full health, because she made her own stim pack. Now that's some legendary stuff right there. She done took down a Deathclaw, and yeah, the reason we did that was not necessarily a heroic thing. We kind of wanted to sell it on the black market, and really I was just trying to get another agenda card, actually. But story wise, yeah, we were trying to make us some caps, and we did make 5 caps from doing that, so awesome. Anyway, goal is to get to the Robco factory. Time is not on our side. The factions are definitely going to be advancing quicker now that we have a smaller agenda deck, because I do have 4 agenda cards, and the deck is just smaller anyway. If you're solo, there are other cards that just aren't included in the agenda deck. Point being, this game is coming to a close, and we need to really help advance the Brotherhood's agenda before they reach the end of the power track. Because as I've mentioned before, if we don't have 11 influence before one of the factions conquers the Wasteland, we lose. So, gotta get to that Robco factory and help the Brotherhood by discovering their prototype. That's what we're trying to do here. So, probably best way to go about that, and gosh, we're going to take some rad damage here. But best way to go about that is to just, with the first turn, we'll take a couple moves here. So we're going to move to this space outside of Vault 109. And this other space that's going to give us yet another point of rad damage. And then we're going to make another move to the Robco factory so that we can be there. We are now primed to try and do a Wasteland encounter and maybe get the Brotherhood's prototype going. So that's the first turn. We need to now draw the last agenda card, which is Shield, Creature, and Robot. That means we get shot by Mr. Gutsy. Okay. Also, all the creatures will move, and the shield is going to move right next door. The Enclave soldier is hunting us down. Okay. Creatures as well. The Stingwing is going to move into the Super Mutant camp. There's a big stack of creatures on Hoffman's farm that is now just in Megaton. I guess Megaton has just been invaded by a bunch of bugs. Yeah, and that's what happens. Okay, so we have to resolve the fight with Mr. Gutsy, and let me check. Enclave soldiers are ranged as well, so we get shot by 2 enemies at the same time, don't we? Alright. They are both level 2 as well. And we don't have any drugs to help us. We just have our well-rested and our combat knife. So let's see how that works. We also don't have Protectron to help us because he done got smushed by that Deathclaw. He got utterly destroyed. So, Mr. Gutsy first, we need arms. Let's roll the die and see what happens. And we do get 2 arms right off the bat. That's enough to take Mr. Gutsy out, but we are going to take some damage there. That's 4 points of damage. Since Mr. Gutsy is level 2, that's 8. And he's ranged, and I still don't have a ranged weapon myself. That's a grand total of 9 damage right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's enough to almost kill us. Oh, gosh. We would take Mr. Gutsy out, but oh my goodness, we would take an awful lot of damage. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to reroll this. We're going to try to reroll both of these hits. We can do that. Our combat knife allows us to do that twice. So we're going to do 1 reroll to see if we can take at least somewhat less damage. Because our lab coat only absorbs 1 point of damage. And now we've got no hits. Okay. Now we have no hits. So, if I want to leave it like this, it is a draw. I think I will. I think I'm just going to leave it like this. We're going to leave it like this. It's a draw. I take no damage. I don't kill Mr. Gutsy. That's what happens. We're going to move on. The main thing here is not to kill everything. It is to advance the Brotherhood agenda. So we are going to roll for the Enclave soldier. What happens there? Weakness is head and arms. Okay. And we do get... Now this is a lot better. This is a lot better. We actually get 3 hits. And of course, level 2, so we really only need to use 2 of them. And we'd only be taking 3 damage here. So, arms, head, we will take 3 damage because... Well, wait a minute. 4, 5... We're taking 4 damage. He gets an extra bonus point for being ranged. So, yeah, we take 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we do take him out. So that Enclave soldier is gone. We do get 2 XP for that, meaning we level up. Ugh. There goes the addicted trait. Okay, so that's 1 beginning of power track and right underneath strength. That's where our XP is currently. So now we can draw 2 more attribute chips at random and see what they are. We've got luck and agility. All right, so since we already have both of these, we can look through the perk deck to see if Wanda gets another perk. Well, she will. It's just which one would we like? Agility or luck? Now, we did already take Action Girl once upon a time, and that was pretty dope, and we might want to do that again in the interests of just getting this stuff done. But let's see, what would really be helpful in this situation? We also have Sneak. Discard to Sneak until the end of your turn. Enemies will basically just ignore us. All enemies. All enemies would ignore us. That might be nice. Grim Reaper Sprint is a luck trait. Perk, I should say. Discard to become death itself. Until the end of your turn, perform one additional action after each fight in which you kill an enemy. Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that one, but Fortune Finder just gives us 8 caps, yo. Oh, I might just take that one. I think we're taking Fortune Finder. We already have 9 caps, but like an additional 8 caps would be awesome. So we're taking Fortune Finder, and we're going to discard it immediately to get 8 more caps. So let's see. Take another 5 and 3 1s to get 8 caps right off the bat. Cool, that's what happens there. All right, and one other thing we need to do is we need to advance the Enclave by 1, so they are now tied with the Brotherhood, and that erases our little bonus points from helping the Brotherhood so far, which is unfortunate, but them's the breaks. Those are the rules. So let's shuffle the agenda deck once again and get back to it. Let's see here. All right. So now we have another turn. And what we're going to do, first of all, is Wasteland Encounter. We're going to draw the top Wasteland card and see what it says. It says, as you pick through the ruins, you see someone has scratched the symbol of a bird into the surface of a wall. Okay, so this is a continuation of that Dead Man quest line that we encountered earlier. So we have 2 options here. The first one is that symbol looks familiar, follow it. We have to take a PI4 test, or ignore the symbol and scavenge, which is just a P3 test. So we can continue the quest line, attempt to, or we can just say fuck it and just try to find some stuff. Let's continue the quest line. Let's see what happens. Let's do a PI4 test. So we do need 4 points, but actually, thanks to our lab coat and the fact that intelligence is in there, we only need 3 points, and we get 2 rerolls. So let's see if we can get 3 points here. And we do. Right off the bat, we get 3 points. We get 1 bonus point for having the lab coat, and we pass the test. All right. So since we succeed, it says, following the trail from the symbol, you uncover a skeleton in combat gear. It looks like Margaret's father died a long time ago. His arm rests against an old minigun. We gain the minigun unique asset, and we throw this card out. It is no longer in the game, but we get us a minigun, yo. Oh my gosh. Okay, so kind of excited. I haven't actually had the minigun yet in this game. It is worth a whopping 11 caps. It gives you rerolls for strength, endurance, and agility. So we would get 2 rerolls with this thing. It also says during a fight, if you have 2 matching die results, you may spend 2 caps to change the 3rd die to match those results. Okay. Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pocket the combat knife. We're going to put that in our inventory. And we're gonna equip the minigun. This is clearly way better than the combat knife. Oh my gosh. Okay. We got us a minigun. So that was worth it. Alright, next action is we're just going to camp. We're going to camp and get 3 HP back. 1, 2, 3. Camping because you can only do 1 encounter in a location per turn. So we're not going to be able to spam yet another Wasteland encounter to try and get the prototype thing. So we might as well just camp and get a bit of HP back. And we are going to lose Protectron by doing this too, because when it unexhausts... Wait, it says, if there's an enemy in an adjacent space, keep this companion when it unexhausts. Well, there is an enemy in an adjacent space. Mr. Gutsy is there. So I guess we get to keep Protectron. Protectron has unexhausted, and we do get to keep him, according to what I'm reading here. So, alright. I guess as long as you camp with enemies nearby, Protectron is fine. We fixed him. He didn't get utterly destroyed by the Deathclaw, so that's cool. Alright, and we have to draw another agenda card to see what activates now that the turn is over. And we get humanoid and monster. Okay, so this monster down here is going to activate, and it is a Yao Guai. Okay, I haven't really gone up against this yet. Aggressive, and it has armor. So even though it's level 2, we would need 3 hits to take a Yao Guai down. Okay, so there's that. There's also the glowing one, which does move a little bit closer to us, and humanoids also move, so we've got this bounty hunter that's trying to track us down, and we have some raiders that I guess would move into the super mutant camp, along with the Stingwing and the Overlord there. And that is what occurs. Okay, so next turn, we're going to start off with yet another Wasteland encounter. What do we get this time? Okay, I think this is the thing. This is 53. If not at Robco Factory, encounter the next card, then add this card. Okay. So I guess... Alright. It says threat analysis green. 3 mechanical voices boom in unison. You duck out of the doorway. Option 1, grab a little loot and leave. Nope. Option 2, search the room for more loot. Nope. Option 3, retrieve the energy source for the Brotherhood of Steel. Yup. That's a PIL 5 test. We're gonna try this. Since intelligence is involved, we do get 1 bonus point. That will be great because we need to get 5. So we do get 3 rerolls, actually 4 since we have kept well rested. So let's see if we can pass this. Let's do our first roll. If we get 4, we pass it right off the bat. And we get 3, so that's close, but not quite. But that's fine, because we can keep the 3 here, and then just keep trying to re-roll this other die until we get 1 point. So we're going to use the perception re-roll first, and we do get 1 point, so we have passed it. All right. That was easier than I thought it would be. Cool. Having succeeded, it says, through a combination of hacking, stealth, and timing, you succeed. So now we complete the sleeping giant, and we throw this out. Okay, this is being removed from the game now, and we now complete the sleeping giant quest for the Brotherhood. That means we advance the Brotherhood by 1 space. We get our bonus points back. So we're now back at 8 influence. Right? Yeah, we have 4 cards. We get 2 bonus points for Know It All, and we get a further 2 bonus points for our freedom cards. So, if we can advance the Brotherhood fully down to the end of the track, we win the game. That's all we have to do now. And we also stage 55 and 130. And it says here, help the Brotherhood find the solution they've been searching for. Encounter it. Yeah, okay. We did that. 55 and 130. Let's find 55. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. That's called Injustice for All, which is like a Metallica song, I think. And 130. Good news, everyone. Okay, well, we'll see what the good news is. Alright, and then we remove Sleeping Giant from the game, and we now have 4 quests staged here at the moment. Alright, yes, and Justice for All is definitely the one we want to do. Oh my gosh. As long as we can complete this for the Brotherhood, we definitely win the game, because it says Brotherhood +4. So that would give us all the influence that we need and then some to win the game. Now what it says is better dead than red. So that's Liberty Prime, the big metal fascist guy. A mechanical voice booms across the wasteland as the Brotherhood gets Liberty Prime back online. Place a quest marker on the tower. This is Liberty Prime. Move to, Shield moves towards Liberty Prime instead of survivors. So Enclave soldiers will now ignore us. At the end of the round, remove Shield from Liberty Prime space. So Liberty Prime smushes any Enclave soldiers it runs into. If there are no shields in its space, it moves 1 space towards Project Purity instead. Okay, and we don't have any shields on the map. I don't know if any other shields will be generated either. Yeah, they won't. Because actually, to generate shields, we would kind of need another player that's like trying to generate more shields. Like, the other option here is recruit help from the Wasteland for the Enclave's work at Project Purity. You have to go to a settlement and spend 10 or more caps to generate another shield, which is kind of interesting. That means like people backing the Enclave have to like just generate a bunch of money to get pump out more Enclave soldiers to try and slow down Liberty Prime, basically. So now, at this point, it's really just a waiting game. We're going to set up Liberty Prime, I think it said at the tower? Yes, on the tower. And then it's at the end of the round. Liberty Prime moves one space towards Project Purity. Okay. Cool, so at this point, all we got to do is wait until Liberty Prime gets to Project Purity, and as long as he can get to Project Purity before the Enclave gets to the end of the track, we are good. Good. So I guess we can concentrate on other things now. So what does good news everyone say? Good news everyone. Everyone is talking about an eccentric inventor working on something outside of town. He has a few different projects and is looking for whatever help he can get. So option 1 is he claims his research into mutation could help heal injuries. Kill a super mutant overlord. Well, we do have a minigun and a protectron now. So maybe that could happen. Oh, another thing I want to do is I'm going to say when I camped, I spent, since I have so many caps, I might as well say I spent 3 caps to unexhaust Day Tripper and Jet. So those are both options now when I camped. We're rewinding time a little bit to do that. We have to put these other chips back in there. Okay, cool. So kill a super mutant overlord. That's one thing we could do. 2, he has ambitions to control a robot workforce using wireless signals. What could possibly go wrong there? Kill a sentry bot. We don't have a sentry bot on the map, so this isn't really an option. Number 3, most ridiculously of all, he supposedly is nearing completion of a device that could teleport people great distances. Kill a glowing one. Okay. So with this one, we have basically 3 options, and each one involves killing a high-level enemy. And if we do that, we get an agenda card, and we also will stage another different card from the card library. So I don't know, the glowing one is right next door, and we do have a ranged weapon now. We have a minigun, so I could just start a fight with a glowing one right now and get an extra damage for, having a minigun. So let's just do that. Let's just shoot the hell out of the glowing one. Why the heck not? Okay, so we need headshots, and we're going to need 2 of them, and thanks to the minigun, during a fight, if you have 2 matching die results, you may spend 2 caps to change the 3rd die to match those results. Okay, that won't really help because we only need 2 headshots to take the glowing one down anyway. If we needed 3, then that would be something, but we only need 2. So we need 2 headshots to take down the glowing one. What are we going to get here? And we do get 3 rerolls. We can reroll strength, we can reroll agility, and we also have well rested. Let's see. We get no headshots. No hits. Alright. Well, let's do 1 reroll. We get a strength reroll. Let's do that. What do we get? We still get no hits. We get not a single headshot. Okay. Well, we can re-roll agility. We do get 1 auto hit, so all we really need is 1 additional hit. We just need one headshot. And we get it. We get it. Okay. So after the second reroll, we got one headshot, and that is all we need. We do take 1 damage with it, so that would be 2 damage, but it's really more like 1 because I have a lab coat. So we take 1 damage, and we kill the glowing one. We don't get any loot, and actually, I can see this is rad damage, so we would actually take a rad point instead. Okay. All right. We get 2 XP for taking out the glowing one. 1 and 2. Okay. And we remove the glowing one from the map and replace this monster token right there with an inactive 1. And we also finish Good News Everyone, which means we get an agenda card. We'll draw the top one from the deck and see that it is security. Great. We don't need that. God damn it. We got a fat lot of nothing for that. But we also stage 133, and I don't know. I don't know what that is. We might get something from that too. So we did kill a glowing one, and we have advanced this other new quest a little bit. It says Ship of Thesis. Okay. There's the bell. Finished Good News Everyone. Toss that out. Ship of Thesis. Okay. Dismiss. Alright. I think that's the end of the turn, right? I did an encounter, and then I did a fight with the glowing one. So that was 2 actions. This should be the end of the turn, and that means we're going to need to quickly wrap this up by reading this new card, and then we're going to see what the agenda brings us, the agenda deck. Ship of Thesis, the inventor steps into the device he's created, and with a manic grin, a sharp crack, and the smell of sulfur, he is gone. Do you follow him in? Place a quest marker in your space. This is the machine. Option 1 is just use the machine. Oh gosh. Well, it looks like we now have a teleportation machine at Robco Factory, and we could use it to teleport to an empty space anywhere on the map, but we would suffer 3 damage from doing that. So I wouldn't say we gained nothing from doing this, but I don't know if I want to do that, to teleport somewhere. I don't really need to get anywhere super urgently, because again, we're just sort of waiting until Liberty Prime makes it to Project Purity, and we're going to do that. We're going to move Liberty Prime 1 space over as well, and we're going to draw an agenda card to see what moves. It is humanoid, so the looters move 1 space closer to us, and the bounty hunter does the same thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, well, that was the end of this session. We are getting pretty close here. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Liberty Prime will get to Project Purity in 6 turns. Okay. So what we might want to do is try to find ways to get more agenda cards, because if I could replace this useless security card with something else that will give me some more bonus points, that would be great. Because we can win the game by just allowing the Brotherhood to win, but if the Enclave gets to the end of the power track before the Brotherhood, we're going to lose. So getting some more bonus points would be great. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you kindly. I appreciate it. And I'm going to see y'all in the next thing. Take it easy and take care of each other.